Technology's working. Fantastic. Okay, so yes, welcome all, and we're looking forward to a packed event for the next couple of days, and I'll go through the programme in a minute. But what I'd like to do first of all is just talk a little bit about ITAC and a little bit about this bridging research to response, where we're bringing different stakeholders together, not only just in these events like ITAC, but in our day-to-day work that we do at OSRL, and we'll talk more about that over the next few days. But I'll let you read that. But essentially, what we're trying to do with bridging research to response is oil spill response is not done in isolation by responders. It needs the scientific input. Oil spill response is a science-driven topic. So having discussions and working together in peacetime really does help during the response, because over the years we've seen in various parts of the world regulators and government reaching out to academia during a spill for some advice. Okay, well, if we can have those discussions with all those different stakeholders in peacetime, it really does bring along alignment of messaging with regards to the scientific side of things. So here at OSRL, we engage quite a lot with the academic community, and some of those representatives are in the room today, and they'll be giving talks over the next couple of days. But what ITAC does as an event, as an annual event, it brings all those stakeholders together. We've got people here from all over the world. From, I think, Scott Reed probably is the furthest travel from New Zealand, and we've got people from the States and from all over Europe. So yeah, it's really nice to see everybody here together. So just to remind people what ITAC is, as I said, it's an annual forum for bringing people together. It's been going for quite a long number of years now, and it has transformed over the years. And it does develop these links between the research and the academic community and the response community. And the response community is industry and oil spill response organisations like OSRL, MSRC in the States and the like. There's a picture there from 2019 when we were last here. So yeah, there's a lot of familiar faces in there, and some of those folks will be turning up tomorrow. So we're going to have people coming and going over the next 2 or 3 days. One of the really important things that I personally feel strongly about is bullet point 3 there, which is about encouraging and engaging new responders, so the next generation of spill responders, and we have some of those people in the room here, and also in our organisation. But also, OSRL is engaging with a lot of universities here in the UK and the States, and we're lecturing to the next generation of responders. And what's really heartening for me is that I can think of about 3 or 4 of my colleagues that are now working at oil spill response that have been in the audience when myself or one of my colleagues like Paul and Ria have been lecturing to them at their university institute. So that's really important for me. The final bullet point there is just a small plea. Many of you know that ITAC is purely a non-commercial event. In the past, we've tried to enforce that a little bit. What I've done this year is say everyone's welcome, but please respect that this is a non-commercial event. So please, no hard selling of your services, etc. It really is a very, very technical type event. So really appreciate that, please. Just a reminder on some of the ITAC resources. So we have an ITAC website that's basically it's a page on the OSRL website, oilspillresponse.com. Has a background there, has the terms of reference on what ITAC is. And all the previous meeting presentations from the last 6 or 7 years are on that website, so you can go in there and download those presentations. And this week's presentations will also be on there. And hopefully, if the technology works, I'm being recorded now, and all the other presenters will be recorded, so you'll be able to watch everything back on a video. If any of the presenters don't want to be videoed, then please let us know. Not everybody's got a face for video, unfortunately. So we also have a LinkedIn group. This is one of the main ways that we try and communicate now. We're trying to get away from email communication. So if you're not on the ITAC LinkedIn group, please connect with me, and so I'll send an invite to that group, and I'll get you on there. So we're trying to build a community there. And those of you that are on that group will know that you'll have been bored by all the updates that I've been sending over the last few weeks. So yeah, I encourage you to join that group. Where's ITAC been over the last few years? Well, there you go. You can see some of the institutes. We were at Woods Hole a few years ago. We were at Plymouth Marine Laboratory, and we were here at the NOC in 2019. And then something got in the way over the last couple of years, so we've had to do virtual ITACs over the last few years. But then 2022, we had ITAC as part of the MPRI International Oil Spill Science Conference in Halifax, and Dr. Ken Lee's here this week. He'll be giving an overview of where we are with MPRI. But that was a fantastic meeting because we had about maybe 200 or 300 academics and students and PhD students in the room, and myself and Paul Schuler were organising the ITAC presentation. So we got to a much wider audience. That was quite a unique ITAC. But ITAC is really what you see here. It's a very small specialist community of people. 2024 will be in North America somewhere. What you'll see from this this chronology here is that ITAC flips between the UK and the US. And so when it's in the UK, it's currently my responsibility. And then when it's in the US, it's Paul Schuler's responsibility, who's my colleague in Fort Lauderdale. If you don't know Paul Schuler, Paul, can you just put your hand up at the back there? That's Paul Schuler. So Paul will be giving us a bit of an update on ITAC 2024 on Thursday morning. So with regards to the topics and themes for this year, you will have seen this in some of the communications that you've had over the last few weeks, but we're going to kick off today looking at some of the research and showcase work here at the NOC. So that's this morning. We've got a dispersant session this morning, and plastic nurdles tomorrow, and all the other bits and pieces that you can see there over the next few days. So there is a programme. We do have a few paper copies, but we encourage you to scan QR codes. There'll be a QR code on this screen in the break, so you can scan that, and then you'll have your own PDF version. But yeah, if you want some paper copies, there are some around here. But yeah, that gives you a quick snapshot. So first break today is at 10:15. Then we've got the dispersant session, lunch, and then the tours this afternoon. And most importantly, this evening at 6 o'clock this evening, we've got the ITAC meal at the Dancing Man Brewery. Click on that link; it will take you to where it is. It's literally by the Isle of Wight ferry over to the west here. But yeah, come along to that. There'll be some pies served and a few beers as well. So we've got the whole of the top floor of the Dancing Man Brewery booked out for us. It's a really special building. I think it's like medieval age type building. So yeah, it's really good, and the beer's good as well. That's the way. Okay, so yeah, we're here for 2.5 days. We've got plenty of networking breaks. So you know, really get to know each other. We've not seen, a lot of us not seen each other in person for quite a few years now, so it'd be really good to get that networking there. We had our icebreaker last night. The pizza was, how was the pizza? Was it good, Andy? Yeah, so getting a thumbs up from Andy. Yeah, we had good pizza. Yeah, so tonight we've got the meal at Dancing Man. Tomorrow night is a free evening for you to go and explore Southampton. There is on the NOC website a list of recommended restaurants. I don't live in Southampton, so I can't really recommend that anywhere, but there's plenty of places to explore. We're going to have daily feedback via QR code, so you'll see some QR codes dotted around. Really appreciate your feedback on ITAC and what you might like to see going forwards. So yeah, enjoy the non-Zoom event. So most importantly, take the time to make new connections. I always make a personal mission to go and talk to new people, to new faces, and it's surprisingly what new ideas you can get by talking to new people. Ask lots of questions of us and the presenters. If you're into your social media, use those tags there and tag away and present away. Yeah, and just enjoy the event. So yeah, I'll leave it there, and I'm going to hand over to Hugh Gullick, who is the Associate Director of the NOC, to just give us an overview of the institute here, and then we're going to have some showcases from a couple of researchers up to our coffee break at 10:15. So you. I'll get you all set up here.